So I'm Rodney Bessie Sr., and my wife Lorraine is in hospice care of North Country. Wonderful people, wonderful. So, and I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. More. Yeah. Um, we met as neighbors. Her mother and father lived across the street from my mother and father, and we started talking off and on. And then back then, I was into snowmobiles. Always been in the cars. Always doing fun things. And I had a snowmobile running, and she come walking across the street, and I asked her if she wanted to go for a ride, and that was hooked from thereafter. From thereafter, we got together, and 40 years together, 37 years married. March 12th was our 37th year. I think she's a wonderful person, kind-hearted, going to be missed. Um, we found out we knew there was a problem, I want to say back in last January, last February. We knew there was something going on. We weren't sure what. The wife isn't a doctor person, doesn't like doctors, doesn't like to go to the offices or anything in that aspect. And we knew something in the area was going wrong. And finally, I got to the point where you need to get an ease of mind of some sort, find out what is happening. So we went to the one doctor. She had a stomach bug, the one doctor stated. And then all of a sudden, we get a phone call that she needs to go to Burlington to see a doctor. I think it was Wong out in Burlington. So we drove out there, and he's the one that stated she had cancer, and there was nothing they could do. There was a slim chance that surgery to go in and cut it out, there was a very minute chance that that would work. He highly recommended that no chemo, no radiation. It was too far into her system. Um, it's we went by that, and we were both struck, because it is something tough to go through when you hear something like that. So we come back. We did all kinds of things during the summer. Drove around stupid miles on the vehicle. But she was a casino freak and always loved the casino, and did that as much as I possibly could. Tried to make her happy, because the doctor out there told us that she wouldn't make it till Christmas. And so me and my kids and we all did everything we could to try to make her as happy as possible. It's just, I've never, 37 years of marriage, we've been together 40, never told the woman no, ever. And so it's tough. It really is tough. So a few people were talking to me about hospice, and I knew nothing of these guys, not a thing. I knew an individual that worked here at one point, and she told me, you ought to check into this, maybe they can help you out with. So I'm not the type of person to ask for help. I've always been just me. I do it my way, never ask for help for anything. And so she told me, get a hold of you guys, maybe they can come in and help go through the process and stuff. So I made the phone call. Took a couple weeks for me to get talked into it, but I did. I made the phone call, and it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made. We've got, I don't want to say stuck, because it's not the right word. We ended up getting two, one the nurse, and the other one's the social worker. Just unbelievable women. They came in. It was funny. They didn't come in together. They came separately. And I'm one of those ones. I say what's on my mind. And I told them, I says, guys, don't play the doctor gibberish BS with me. I said, I'm not that person. I'm a redneck. I play. I have fun. Speak to me like you would your family. And I'll tell you what, we got along so well. Unbelievable the way they fit in. And I say they fit in. They became family. I mean, that's not a joke. Oh, they are two probably the best people I've ever met. They are absolutely wonderful, you know. As far as the two of them, the nurse, she comes in, she makes sure that all the medication's up to par, that I handle the medication the way it's supposed to be done. I never signed on to be a doctor, a nurse, or it's a role that you don't have a choice in the matter. Some people say, yeah, you do. No, you don't. When it becomes family, you do what you have to do for family, you know. The nurse comes in, she checks her blood pressure, checks all of her vitals, sits there and talks with her. And I'm not saying they're here for 5 minutes and phew, they're gone. No, they're there for however. They've been there for an hour, hour and a half, easily, and just BSing with her. Nicole, the social worker, is an absolute doll. Absolute doll. She comes in and not only talks to the wife and see how she's feeling and with passion. She has it in her heart that I'm not sure the words I look for, but she cares about her, I don't know what you want to call it, clients, patients, whatever the technical term is now. She cares for her people, you know, and she shows it. I needed a shower chair for the wife. I can't remember if it was Shannon or if it was Nicole, one of the two. I told them. And an hour later, it was at my house. It was like, oh, Jesus, you know. There was a couple of incidences. The wife needed a hospital bed where she could get tilted up and all the other whatever have yous. And again, I can't remember. Shannon's been a big, excuse the way I put it, big ass help. I mean, these two girls are just amazing. And it was, I'll say, less than an hour again. Bed shows up, all set up. The guy comes in, he's done. It's like, holy Jesus, you know, it's kind of weird, you know, the way things are. We had Nicole reached out to Armed Services Serving Armed Forces, I think it's called, because the wife needed a ramp. We did a redneck ramp. Sorry, that's the way it is, and it gets her down and out of the house, but safe, no. But it gets her down and out. Nicole made some phone calls. The next thing I know, people are donating the lumber. The lumber yard's donating the lumber. Habitat for Humanity is coming in and they're going to build it. And it's like, it's tough because, like I said, I'm not the person I don't ask for help. Everything I've ever done in my life, I've done on my own. Hey guys, I need a hand. I'm not that person, you know, I'm just not. And then you sit back and you see how nice some people can be. It's touching. It's very, very touching. Like I said, probably one of the best things that's been through this here is the ladies that come to my house. They're just amazing, you know. So they're great. Their hearts are just amazing. You know, to do this job, you've got to have a heart. Because if you're just here for the money, you're in a wrong position, you know. And these guys here, I don't know how long they could do it. Because this has got to be tough on. You get to know the people, you know. I got to know these two girls better than some of my family, so they're there every week, and if I called, use an example, Shannon, Shannon or Nicole, if I called them Saturday, guys, I need somebody to talk to, they'd be there. I know they would be. In a heartbeat, they would be there. Oh my God. Again, I'll say it like I stated before, is if I needed to, there's times it gets really tough, emotionally. You're sitting there, and again, with my wife, she gets very sick, throwing up, and so on and so forth. I've never been a nurse. I've never had to clean up messes, get my drift on that one there. I've never had to do that. Now you handle it. You don't complain, but when the girls show up, and I say the girls, when I say the girls, I'm talking about Nicole and Shannon. Those two, when I say the girls, when they show up, they're amazing. They listen to whatever you want to talk about. Doesn't matter. You're having a bad day, they'll listen to you. They don't care. They don't judge you. They don't. They want to hear what's going on in both the worlds, mine and the wife's. They want to know. So what are you feeling? How are you feeling today? They don't pry, but they'd like to know. Are you doing okay? Do you need anything? Oh my God, they ask me that all the time. Do I need anything? And it's like $1 million. No, but they are phenomenal people. They really are. Support, 100%. Like I said, if I walked out of here right now and I called either one of them, I guarantee they'd be there. Guarantee, I put money on they'd be there. Hospice is probably one of the smartest things I've ever got into. Really one of the smartest things I've gotten into. So for the guys that are out there, if your love is true, be prepared, because it's not fun, but learn to deal with it. And if you can't, like I said, I've got 2 wonderful hospice people that I know I could turn to the day that I need them. They'll be there, 100%. Do this on your own. Don't go, oh, I'm a big guy, I can do it. Bullshit. Yeah, sorry, that one slipped out. But don't do that. I mean, I'm a big guy. There's a lot I can do, but don't try to do it alone. Because the only thing it's going to do is it's going to eat your mind and eat you up, and you can't do that. I mean, you still got to live, and that was the thing, because like I said, at the beginning of this here, the doctor told her she wasn't going to make Christmas. So you get as prepared as you possibly can for that time. And it's now March, and she's still here with us, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah, okay, is it tough? Yeah, it's a lot tougher. But she's still here with you. Joke, have fun, enjoy life. With what you got, once it's gone, then what do you got? You got your life, you got to go on. So need help, they're here. The hospice people are amazing, But when you need them, they're right there, and they have been for me right straight through, and because I didn't think when I was first started this, all right, cool, they're here, let them do whatever they got to do, that was my theory, is let them do whatever they got to do. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like, I'll say a couple of weeks afterwards, I was involved. Is they're not there just for patient, client, whatever the word is everybody wants to use now. They're there for you too. Or the other, say like you got smaller kids, or you have family living with you, whatever. They're there for everyone. They're not there just for the patient. So as far as being human, they are 100% human, and they care. They've got probably the biggest hearts out there, because I know a lot of people that go, Oh yeah, I know I can do this. BS. I'll be very polite. I'll put it that way. BS. It's harder than what people think it is. It really is. It's harder than what people think. But you got to learn to deal with it. You know, get through. It's going to happen. And these girls, they're right there. They'll help you through. You want to talk, they listen. They'll help do whatever they got to do. They're great. They take 50% of the worry off from you. Hospice has been wonderful. I never ever thought about hospice. Not once did I ever give hospice a thought. Like I said, until one of my friends mentioned it to me and said, you should do. It's like, why? Everything I need to do for her, I can do my own. No, everything. These girls have been 100% there. So I say, if you're thinking about it, don't think too hard. Do it. Get in here. Get these girls. You won't be a bit sorry about it. I promise you, you won't be sorry. Oh. In 6 years, I have lost my brothers, my sisters, mother-in-law, brother-in-law. I've lost a lot of family, son, in 6 years. And most of them has been, I get a phone call, hey, so-and-so has passed. It's a whole lot different going through it. It changes you. No ifs, ands, or buts. It changes you. But you have to understand that as you're going through it, it changes you, but you have to go on. Hurt? Yeah. My wife and I have talked about everything from what she wants. She wanted a lilac tree, not a lilac bush. She wants a lilac tree, so we got her a nice, beautiful lilac tree that sits in my front yard. That's where she's going to be buried. I've already got a hold of, she's a veteran. They're actually going to give her plaque. That is going, already built, ready to go into the ground. We've talked so much, what she wants, how she wants, what I'm going to do when she does pass. And we were driving to, I think we were heading to Vermont one day just for giggles. We were bored. Let's go for a ride. So we went and cruising down through, and she fell asleep. She wakes up, and it was probably one of the funniest things in the world. I'm driving now. You have to picture 55 miles an hour. Yes, it's a 50-mile-an-hour zone there, but I don't ever. Anyhow, so we're cruising. She wakes up. She looks me right dead in the eye, and she goes, I have a serious question for you. I said, okay. Is this something I need to pull over for? Because I didn't know, because like I said, we talked everything. And she goes, no. She goes, you can continue driving. And she goes, I have a request. You name it. It's done. Well, she goes, I don't know if I want to ask it. I said, well, go ahead. We talk about everything. Go ahead. As serious can be. She's staring me right in the eye, and she goes, please don't have any more than 10 girlfriends when I go. And it was like, wow. I didn't know how to respond. I did not know how to respond to that. I was sitting there, and she's busting out laughing. And it was like, I still had no idea how to respond. How do you respond to something like that and say, oh, well, so much for the 11th one. I guess I got to throw that one out. This is the way we've always been. We joke. We've always talked. We have a lot of fun. And when she came out with that, it dumbfounded me. I was lost for words. I had no words. I couldn't even think of something. I couldn't even come back with a smart-ass comment going, it was done. I was, what? So that was probably one of the better talks we ever had, so she was good about that. We've been together. We've done a lot of things. lot of good things. God, we've had a lot of fun. Went through life, raised kids, went through hell with kids. Um, but I don't think I'd changed anything. I don't think I would have changed a thing with her. We've had our ups and downs, arguments. I can honestly say I don't think we've ever had an argument. Not in the 40 years. I mean, the thing with us is when we ever got mad with each other, we wouldn't talk. And you go 5, 6, 7 hours and not talking to each other because you knew something was up. You know, whether you were an idiot or whether, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this, or something dumb. But we always talked afterwards. It wasn't, I'm mad at you for a month. I'm mad at you. No, we didn't argue. We don't raise our voice to each other. We never have, and we've just always got along. I mean, that snowmobile ride is what did it. You know. And now I'm going through this. Before you speak, enjoy what time you have. We all know it's close, but enjoy. And use hospice. And I say that wrong. Let hospice help you. Let them. They are fantastic people. Like I said, I talk about Shannon and Nicole an awful lot because that's who I deal with. I can't speak for the other ladies, but if the other ladies and whoever else works here are as good as those two, you're not going to regret it. Not going to regret coming in here. They are just badass people. Period. Badass. That's all I could say. Whether wrong language or what, fantastic people. They really are. So I'm happy with them. And hospice is going to be there. Even after the end, you got to live life. You can willow away if you want. That's not me. I'm speaking that now. I have no idea what the future brings. I have no idea. I can't speak for the future. I can speak, this is what I want to be, but I have hospice right there with you guys. It's the best thing I ever did was have these guys involved in my life, because they're taking care of her like, they're taking care of her better than I think I could have, for the most part. I'm doing the best I possibly can, and I don't leave her side. There's a lot to life, and hospice is going to be there to help you. There's no doubt in my mind when it's over, my kids are going to be right there. I guarantee my kids will be right there, and hospice will be there just like them. They'll be right there. So enjoy family while you can. That's a big one for me. Enjoy your family. You're gone. What do they got left? Enjoy life. That's all I can say. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry I went through you guys. Not at all. It's been wonderful. Yeah. I'm saying this not because of cameras or anything else. Straight off the bat, the girls I have, unreal. Just unbelievable. And we talk about everything. Oh my God, wife's a lot different. Been with her for 37 years, 40 years. We've been together. It's going to strike. There's no doubt about it's going to strike. But I still got to go on. As bad as it hurts, and memories are always going to be there. I don't care who you are. Memories are always going to be there. Depends on where you want to go with your memories. You want to go on with memories, or you just want to sit back and let your memories fade away. Memories are there forever. Keep playing them. Sorry, but that's the way I feel. Keep playing those memories out, because they're always going to be there. But yeah, no, I'm happy I did this. I really am. You guys are just amazing. Just amazing. So, yeah, you gave me a whole new perspective on hospice. Whole new. It's great.